Hey everyone, Dr. Tim back with another R2P Favorites, continuing to discuss dissociation. Today we're going to go over shoulder turn separation, and this will be a progression from our seated turning when we had a dowel across our shoulders. For today's exercise, what we're going to do, all you need is a medicine ball or some sort of weight. It doesn't necessarily have to be this size, just something that you can hold and turn with, okay? We're going to start on the ground seated. Ideally get into a position where we can sit with our legs crossed. Because we're sitting with our legs crossed, it's not really going to allow our hips to turn much, which is going to give us the opportunity to do exactly what we want, which is really just focus on turning the shoulders, okay? Keeping the ball close at first, what we'll do is we'll turn and place it as far as you can behind you. If you need to, you can roll it around the back to then pick it up on the other side to lift up and come back. You can do all your repetitions in a row in that same direction, or you can alternate, trying as best you can to keep your feet and hips on the floor so that when I turn, ideally they don't come up or I don't shift my weight, but really just focusing on this top half rotation while keeping the lower body quiet. This will be a progression of the exercise beforehand where we based our hands on a counter or something sturdy and then just focused on our hip turn while keeping our hands on the counter. For the next one at home, if you don't have some sort of rack or setup, a door frame is just as fine. Open the door, set yourself through, and just get in a position where you can put your hands on it, okay? What we'll do here at the door frame is we'll assume a stance where our feet are hip width apart, and we're actually gonna fix our hands to the door frame just to get a little grip on. While we're here, what you're gonna focus on is turning your hips away from the target. You move the hands a little bit lower, turn the hips away from the target. And then just start to work on this rotation here, where you're turning your hips towards your target. We're gonna talk about another option for combined hip and shoulder turn. Last time we had done it in standing. Today we're gonna do a ground variation. The next one we'll commonly refer to as a dissociation plank, because that's the goal. What we'll do is we'll get in a tall plank position. Then what we'll do is we'll take one foot and reach through. And then you're taking the same hand, reaching up the other way. Then we'll alternate. Other foot's reaching out and through, coming back, same hand, reaching, turning the other way. Because the hands stay on the ground as the foot comes through, we get a nice big hip turn while the shoulders stay relatively square to the ground. And then alternatively, because our feet are staying on the ground, as we reach up with our hands, our belt buckle is still pointed towards the ground, our target, while our shoulder is getting a nice big turn away from the target. On last episode, we covered the med ball scoop toss, and this is going to be a variation of that. That's actually going to allow us to feel that our hips and lower body are initiating the movement and emphasizing that a little bit more. So today we're going to take the foundational move, the scoop toss, and we're going to add a step into it to make sure we're getting all of our lower body momentum moving towards the wall. So in review, the initial scoop toss was similar to this. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take that lead foot towards the wall. We're going to take our move back, and then we're going to step towards the target to complete our step scoop toss. In review, get the momentum moving back, step, throw. If you really want to sway with the movement, it can help you get a feel for the fact that while your shoulders are still moving backwards away from the target, you're then initiating that lower body turn and throw to the wall. We'll use this variation when you feel comfortable with your initial scoop toss, you're getting consistent throws to the wall and really feeling like you could put adequate power into your throw. But again, this would be a good progression to start to feel that you're creating that separation and really letting your lower body and your hips initiate that turn towards the wall. Thanks for joining us on another episode of R2P Favorites. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or thoughts, feel free to sound off below.